Cisco Systems today introduced its B-Series Blade server, part of the California program. It brings together storage and virtualization, according to Cisco CEO John Chambers. We sat in on a press briefing delivered by the telepresence system. What you're seeing is a screen of a telepresence room at Cisco's Toronto office. That's John Chambers, the Chief Executive Officer, speaking from Cisco's headquarters in San Jose, California.
And as you begin to catch market transitions, it opens up an architectural play for us. And we think the biggest architectural play is really how you bring together virtualization where any device to any content.
He said UCS is not just a product announcement.
Think of it first as a data center architecture announcement. Then you explode it down in terms of what this means in terms of virtualization. Then where does it fit into the phases that are occurring?
Chambers also said UCS can help save money.
So the customers will say, I want to do more with less. We think that this approach with the unified computing system will have lower CapEx, and we think 20% will be a conservative number. We've seen examples well over that, almost double. Reduce operating expense in terms of complexity in the data center by as much as perhaps 30%, and again, that might be a conservative number. Just our own cabling capability in our Texas location was cut almost in half by the use of this technology.
One of Cisco's partners is VMware. Paul Meritz is the virtualization vendor's Chief Executive Officer.
In the software world, our Oxygen is really great hardware. Many times we like to say it gives us, the opportunity to really do wonderful and innovative things, and in other times, quite frankly, it bails us out of our sins. It's really wonderful to know that that fount of innovation that comes out of Cisco and Intel is going to be there for us as we really try and reach for doing things in fundamentally better ways for the customer.
John Sloan is a senior analyst with Infotech Research. He talked about the evolution of virtualization.
Where a year ago we might have talked about utility infrastructure, consolidated utility infrastructure, now we talk about private or internal clouds. But it's all really part of the same development, which is consolidating your compute power, your storage, your memory, abstracting it with virtualization, and then provisioning applications with those abstracted resources.
Sloan said this is a good move for Cisco.
Cisco is making its play in this area. It makes sense for Cisco to go this way because we're moving away from specialized hardware to abstracted workloads. So for example, if you wanted to add value, add smarts to an appliance or to a storage array or to a switch, you would put a processor in that appliance and you would put your software on it. We're now reaching a point where application workloads can be moved around across different processors that are sort of consolidated. So therefore, to be, for example, a switch maker that puts a value add or adds smarts to their switches, we're moving into an era now where you can have virtual switches and you have virtual storage controllers, virtualized application loads. So if Cisco wants to stay in the game and wants to be a infrastructure provider for the data center, it makes sense that they're going to have a way of managing and providing processing, and so that's very much why they're moving towards that consolidated infrastructure, blades, their own sort of blades and their own sort of systems to tie it all together.
So there you have it. Unified Computing Services is supposed to bring together storage, virtualization, and servers in the data center. Included in this is Cisco's B-Series Blade server. At Cisco Canada headquarters, this is Greg Mechbach for Network World Canada.